California earthquake, magnitude 2.5, felt at the junction of San Andreas with Hayward fault. It's near Salinas. It's at Pinnacles, California. We're going to take a look at the map. And of course, this is normal because we had shaking in Cascadia lately. We've had shaking in the Juan de Fuca Plate, the Gorda Escarpment, Mendocino Fault, and of course Ridgecrest, and of course the 3.5 felt by over 1,500 people just in the area of Los Angeles that was shaken. Let's take a look at that because we do have subsidence, and this is just normal background earthquake activity. Here we are at the map of the area. This is the aerial of it with the faults, and this is our earthquake today, 2.5. We'll see it on the map. This is the San Francisco Bay Area, and this is San Andreas Fault, as we can see coming here, and that's the Hayward Fault, and this is where they meet. And we usually have quakes once in a while, and that's the junction of the two faults. And pulling out, this is San Andreas, as we see here. This is the Garlic Fault right here, and as you can see, it's zipped and locked right here. And this is the Walker Lane fault system. It's a series of faults, and because of the fact that it's not joined to Garlock and zipped, that's where we have a lot of activity. It's a volcanic field. That's a coastal volcanic field. This is also the Long Valley Caldera right here. That's Mono Lake, and this is the Inyo craters. This is the Long Valley Caldera supervolcano area. Pulling out, we can get a better idea of the faults. Okay, this is where we had yesterday's faults right here. The quakes right here, Mendocino, and right here, and also the day a little bit before, hours before, we had the Los Angeles quake and Ridgecrest after the Bella Bella, Canada. Vancouver Island here, Bella Bella, Canada. Many a times it hits at Ridgecrest. That's what happened on July 5th, July 4th actually. The July 3rd earthquake, Bella Bella, Canada, was up here, 6.2. And 13 hours later, it gave us a 6.4 earthquake on July 4th in the morning. And that was the foreshock to the 7.1 on July 5th. And just in passing, that was the day after the July 2nd total eclipse of the sun. And you remember we made a video saying, oh, okay, we're going to have an earthquake in that area. And we had great big earthquakes, so 6.2 and the 6.4, 7.1. And that's the geologists have also locked that as an event that takes place with solar eclipses. Since antiquity, this has been going on. But we have, let's go back to our maps. You can see the quakes. Okay, we've had, and we're still having them. Kamchatka, this is today, the blue is today's. The Kamchatka, Kuril Islands. We had the big quakes here. Unfortunately, they've taken off the bigger quakes here. Okay, the Aleutian Islands, that quake gave quakes to the Aleutian Islands, and we saw the energy traveling west. Just because Canada doesn't have the earthquakes map doesn't mean that they don't have earthquakes. Here they are. They even had a 4 magnitude just today. 4 magnitude, 10 kilometers depth in the Yukon territories, right there, south of just beyond Alaska. And that's, you can see the tremendous amount of activity. And even here, okay, that's a 2.9 in Quebec, St. Agatha, Quebec, and just around Montreal, okay, and tremendous amount of earthquakes there as well. I used to live in Montreal, and I didn't know that we had volcanoes, cinder cones of volcanoes under Montreal, but we did. That was a surprise to me. But this is the extension of the New Madrid seismic zone. That's the Rift Valley. It should be called humid rift zone. And the geologists did say that they noticed an uptick in the earthquakes there. And this, of course, is a subduction zone, so you can see the tremendous amount of activity, and here as well. Now, these are only the quakes that are above 2.5, and if we plot the smaller ones there, you can see what's going on. Okay, is this a 2.9 that we know? That's another one. St. Agatha, okay, that's the one we just saw in St. Agatha. This is today's St. Agatha. Why do they have it here as a 2.9? They have it as a 2.0 in, why is that? Why such a big difference? Okay. Okay, it must be two different quakes, because this one has depth of 15.7. Time is 1:59 UTC. Oh, it's the same one. Anyway, they have it at 2.9 here. They have it at 2.0 in the USGS. You can see that it was a huge difference. But it must have been felt. Let's see if it was felt. Reported? Yes. 4 people reported it. Okay. I doubt that they would have the shake map on this. It was over north of Montreal. Mont Tremblant. That's okay. We used to go skiing in all these areas. Okay. Laval. Okay. And if we go to, no, they don't. Okay. Well, they don't have the shake maps here on this one. That's all right. Don't worry about that. Let's not worry about that. Let's go back to this. Anyway, I wanted to show you that they have a lot of activity there as well in Canada. And these are the quakes that are smaller than 2.0. So let's take them out so we don't get dizzy over this. Okay. And these are the quakes that we had recently. Yesterday, the Petrolia 4.3 that was felt, and this one here. The other ones that were to the south, Los Angeles. There you go. That one there. That was a 3.5. That was felt by, okay, over 1,500 people. And that shook the whole area, basically. If you look at the shake map, okay, let's go to the street again. There you go, Bakersfield. And if you extrapolate this, this is the garlic fault right there. If you extrapolate that, I'm sure it took in Ridgecrest as well. But Ridgecrest also had a smaller earthquake. Here, this one here, 3.1, okay, Ridgecrest. And it was felt by fewer people, of course, because it's less populated there. And this one doesn't have the shake map, but you can see that the quakes in one area, of course, are going to jolt the faults nearby, the nearby faults. And this was around the San Andreas Garlic fault, San Andreas Garlic fault. Let's go back to Pinnacles, okay. And we can see the Pinnacles area. That's today's quake, 2.5. San Andreas with Hayward fault. And this is where we had the 3.5 Los Angeles. It was at the area of around all these faults here, just under San Andreas and Garlic fault. Then we had the 3.1 here at Ridgecrest. But again, these areas are jolting each other. 3.5, which is felt in this area like this, it's not far from this area. And also, this is not far from this area either. When you're talking about the other ones that we had, okay, the day before, 4.3. And let's see if we have the shake map on that. Yes, we do. The shake map. Let's put in our faults. Okay, there we go. And of course it shakes San Andreas. And there's Hayward right there, Salinas, Pinnacles right there. Salina, Pinnacles, this is where they join, as you can see. So, you know, this doesn't, they only stop there, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't shake here as well. Santa Rosa, it's not that far. And when you go to Google Earth. Let's go to Google Earth and measure in miles. Oh, I did a mistake. Made a mistake. Okay. Measure in miles here to here. 300. In the middle, it's 200. Pinnacles today is 330. But when you see the shake map had it about 200 miles, and then you had the other quake before that, the Los Angeles quake of 3.5, another 200 miles, you know. Okay, that's, of course they're going to shake each other, obviously. So, all of you there, please be very careful. I hope you all have all of you out there in California have the Shake Alert application. The GPS Shake Alert will advise you, it'll pinpoint you as to where you're located at any point in time. And when they see that an earthquake is coming, they'll give you notification, and you have a couple of seconds to take cover. So I'm sure all of you out there know about that, and hopefully you all have it. And okay, that's the situation today. Salinas, Pinnacles is the area of San Andreas, and the Hayward Fault join right there. Okay, so I'll leave links below for you for this on Seismo Berkeley, and you can see what else is going on there in your area. Thank you for your support. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.